Bitcoin is continuing to push to the upside, but do not get fooled now, because the funding rates remain to be super elevated and are spiking massively again. This has been happening while Bitcoin has been pushing towards the 50 weekly moving average, so we'll need to talk about that exactly in towards today's update video, as all that liquidity is piling up on the downside. We'll need to talk about that exactly. We'll need to talk about all of our indications that might indicate a Bitcoin bear market bottom. We'll need to talk about that exactly and many more things in towards today's update video. So as always, let's get started with that shorter time frame. And in a shorter time frame, yes, Bitcoin has been seeing a very sharp and volatile move to the upside. And having a look into the data, this is exactly what we could have been expecting, as open interest was rising in the markets and was hitting these very highs. And as open interest is rising, basically more leverage is getting piled up in the market, and this is causing for a massive squeeze that is about to happen. And right now we have seen that massive squeeze to the upside, right? Now, as this move has been getting played out to the upside, we can see that the funding rates are increasing heavily again, and that the funding rates are very elevated again. This is because majority of the people are actually opening up long positions, and as long positions are getting piled up and as the market is heating up, well, usually we squeeze out, and usually we flush them out with a squeeze to the downside again. So let's see if that will actually happen. If that will happen, we could be seeing a massive move to the downside again, back to the downside, which would perfectly confluence with our theory that we have been talking about in the last couple of weeks. If we're still going to be squeezing out all of these long positions that are getting opened right now, if we're going to be grabbing that downside liquidity, that would perfectly confluence with our theory, where I've been saying that first, Bitcoin is going to see that move to the upside to around the $76,000 level for this Wyckoff schematic, and after that, after grabbing the upside liquidity, we're going to be getting a squeeze to the downside, and we're going to see that final shakeout in the market. Now, one thing that I do want to say is that this is not going to be guaranteed. Obviously, it's not going to be guaranteed, and while Bitcoin is pushing to the upside, we can in fact even still see that Bitfinex whales, they are still holding their Bitcoin longs. They're not cashing out yet. So Bitfinex whales, they're still going to be expecting higher prices and larger moves to the upside. So we'll need to talk about that exactly in today's update video in a single minute. But first of all, yeah, one thing that we can see is that Bitcoin has closed its weekly candle. We have seen the biggest weekly candle close ever since March 2023. So this is very interesting, because in March 2023, we basically saw the reaccumulation stage getting started right before entering the next bull market again. So this is something very interesting we could be having a look into. Now, anyways, if you're going to be getting interested in trading this yourself, make sure to check out Kalshi with that link down below. For whales, Kalshi is the best and safest exchange out there. If you're actually trading with size, Kalshi is the cheapest place to be doing so, like you can see over here with this comparison. And if you are going to be having a look into that link down below, you can be grabbing a free $100 bonus. All you need to do is sign up an account with that link down below, make your first trade, and you're going to be getting a free $100 bonus. So that is definitely going to be very valuable, and especially if you're a whale trader, you can be benefiting on some cheap fees. Now, anyways, one thing that I would still like to say is, yeah, maybe these data points are getting a little bit elevated. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of euphoria and FOMO in towards the market, but to be honest, if we're going to have a look into all of the signals, I do think that Bitcoin traders and investors have a very good reason to be feeling a little bit of FOMO, to be feeling a little bit like they should be buying right now. Because first of all, Bitfinex whales, they're still keeping their long positions open. On top of that, we have seen a very sharp and volatile move to the upside, and this always we are always seeing this whenever the bear market bottom is in. We always bottom out with a very sharp and volatile move to the upside. It is never a slow and soft move. It's always a sharp and volatile move. On top of that, we have broken out of this falling wedge structure. So we are seeing a lot of signals which are all pointing towards the fact and which are all indicating that we might have been bottomed out already. On top of that, we are also breaking above the 200 daily moving average over here. Now currently, we are testing the 50 weekly moving average. So let's see how that will hold up for Bitcoin, and I will go over the other scenario in a single minute because I have been saying that we're gonna see this bull trap, so we'll need to talk about that exactly in a minute. But first of all, I want to say that definitely if you're feeling FOMO right now, if you think that the bear market bottom is in, you have a lot of reasons to do believe that, in my personal opinion. On top of that, the RSI indicator has been hitting these very highs, and always whenever we've been hitting these highs, Bitcoin has always continued even higher. So that's another interesting signal and another interesting fact. On top of that, the 2-week MACD has officially crossed bullish now, and the last 2 times that this has happened, the cycle bottom was already in, and that has happened right over here last 2 times, and boom. We always saw a huge bull market getting started whenever this MACD indicator is crossing bullish. So definitely, we're getting a lot of reason to believe that the bear market bottom might actually already be in. Now, is this going to be the same? Is history about to repeat? Or will this time be different? Will this time be a big bull trap? Well, for me, in my personal opinion, I'm going to be keeping it very easy and very simple. Yes, I could be open to the idea of the Bitcoin bear market bottom already being in. And to be honest, if that were to be happening, we've been doing pretty well. Yes, I'm in a short position. I can show it all openly. I can all show it transparently. I'm still in this shorting position. It is $62,000 in a loss right now. I'm still keeping it open. However, on the other side, I've been buying a lot of spot Bitcoin every single day because of all of these reasons I've been stating very clearly in all of my daily upload videos. I'm buying here. I'm dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, and I can publicly state that all of the Bitcoins that I've been accumulating are making up for all of the losses that I might have with a little bit of a short position here, and I'm making even more money with all of the spot Bitcoin that I own and that I've been accumulating. So for me, even though I might be in a small loss over here with a leverage trade, trying to catch a little bit of a short-term top, for me, I would not really mind if that bear market bottom is already in, and if we are about to reverse even higher, and if the bull market is going to be starting from off this point onwards. Now, I am still in this shorting position. So still, if Bitcoin is going to be seeing this bull trap playing out and that move to the downside, and if every long position that is getting opened up right now is going to be getting squeezed out, it's also going to be very good for me, because in that case, I will be profiting with this short position and I will be able to buy even more Bitcoin. So that's also going to be very good. Now, where am I going to be having a look into? Well, for me, it's going to be very simple. I would still like to have a look into my original plan playing out, but I am very aware of this scenario of the bear market bottom actually already being in. So for me, it's going to be very simple. Okay, I'm saying that many times right now, but it actually is. Right now, I will still have a look into this move to the downside because I am still short in the market. Now, I am very aware of the scenario where we could bottom out already and enter another bull market. And because of that, I'm having a look into the Bitcoin weekly EMA ribbons. If we see consolidation above the Bitcoin EMA ribbons, well then probably we're gonna see some continuation. We've always seen this whenever we have flipped the Bitcoin EMA ribbons back bullish again. We have seen that over here. Okay, we even retested the Bitcoin EMA ribbons multiple times, and boom, the parabolic move to the upside has begun. So right now, I will be having a look into the same exact thing. If we're going to be flipping the EMA ribbons, if we're going to be testing it bullish, well then definitely I think Bitcoin is going to be headed even higher. So it's going to be that easy, it's going to be that simple. Now, yeah, Bitcoin is still testing a major weekly resistance zone. It is definitely major resistance. If we break and blast right through it, definitely that confirms a bullish bias. But again, that is not happening yet right now. We do want to be aware of that scenario, but like I've said, it just didn't happen yet. And to be honest, last cycle, we have seen a very similar thing in the market still. We have seen during June a bottom getting formed, and during around August, we have seen a huge move to the upside. And then only at the end of the month of August, or during around the beginning, but in the month of August, we have seen the pivot to the downside getting created into the last and final capitulation, last and final move to the downside. So yeah, we have seen the same thing before. It is not like we're seeing an unprecedented move that we haven't seen ever before. We have seen the same thing playing out before. So that is one thing that I would like to say. Even if we're going to see a bull trap and if we're going to see continuation to the downside, this is something that we have seen before. So it's not out of the ordinary if we would be seeing that. Anyways, going even further, yeah, we are seeing massive amounts of greed, euphoria. I am on my timeline seeing many more posts, more and more posts about, oh yeah, I'm just going to buy in October. Of the people that were going to buy in October, they will be buying at 100% more Bitcoin. And yeah, while I do agree with that, and while I have been saying every single day, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, well, these are the kind of euphoric posts that we're seeing now that make me believe that maybe we're still going to be playing out the normal cycle, and maybe we're still going to be seeing an October bottom, because everybody thinks that we will not bottom out anymore in October. That is reason to believe that I think we will actually bottom out in October. Everyone is saying, oh, this time actually is different, and because everybody thinks this time is different, I think this time won't be different, okay? So very important to understand that. Anyways, guys, if you're going to be getting interested in trading this yourself as well, make sure to be checking out that link down below, because over on YUBIT, you can claim a free 10% deposit bonus on whatever you deposit. You just need to deposit or sign up an account with my link down below, then deposit any funds, and 10% of whatever you deposit will be getting matched and deposited straight into your account as a bonus. This is going to be a bonus to convince you on trading over on YUBIT. They're giving this money out for free because they believe that if they invest money into your account, that you will stick around and you will trade even more on YUBIT, and that is why they're giving you this generous bonus. So make sure to take advantage of this bonus. It's going to be a 10% free top up on whatever you deposit, no volume required, open to new and existing users, and you're going to be getting VIP tier level 2. So definitely make sure to check it out with that link down below. Anyways, guys, yeah, we have been doing absolutely on point in this market. I still do believe this bull trap could be playing out. I'm not saying 100% it's going to be guaranteed. We'll need to have a look into how the price further develops in the coming few days. So the next few days are going to be very important. Now, I have been saying in every single, and I just want to be clarifying on this one thing, because I've been saying in every single video of mine to buy Bitcoin, to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Obviously, I'm never giving out financial advice, but I've been saying many and many times, the cycle is repeating and the new bull market is imminent. Everyone thinks we will go lower forever, but nobody is watching what's actually happening behind the scenes. We have seen Clarity Act bringing regulation, Genius Act, Wall Street tokenizing stocks and bonds, Bitcoin ETFs pulling off supply of exchanges, public companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, banks building on crypto instead of fighting it, governments exploring Bitcoin reserves. And this cycle isn't being built by retail anymore, it's being built by Wall Street. And this is a very bullish thing for the Bitcoin price in the coming few years. Now, while prices have been moving lower, adoption and developments have been keep going. That's only adding more value under the surface, and this was an obvious asymmetric trade. And that is why I was buying over here. That is why I've been dollar cost averaging, because while Bitcoin prices have been dropping, the value of Bitcoin has actually been getting increased. And that is the kind of asymmetric trade that I want to get into. And with my spot portfolio, with my investment portfolio, I didn't try to catch an exact bottom. I just wanted to dollar cost average at a relatively good price. That is exactly what I've been saying in every single video of mine. Actually, but anyways, guys, with that being said, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Trying to reach that 30,000 subscriber mark, so it would really help me out a lot if you're going to be liking and subscribing. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.